But do you remember the general sentiment at that time at all about Disney princesses? Like, were there people mad that they were all white at that time?
I think there was, yeah. I'm pretty sure there was, because, like, my mom used to watch E! News all the time. Entertainment news, in case you weren't sure. So, me, being a child who didn't have anything going on in her life, I would also watch E! News all the time. And sometimes they would mention dramas like this. So, I'm just saying, I was pretty up in the know about the celebrities and... Oh my. Hey, you got out of bounds.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see what this does.
Let's go to a different city.
What is this? Oh my. This is awesome.
This is definitely not something you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I don't care. I like breaking games. It's fun. Whoa.
Oh, cool. You can go out over here. Oh my.
Whoa.
They definitely did not program this. This looks cool, though. It's like another city.
Yeah, it's definitely, like, way less detailed. You see this?
Yeah, but it's awesome.
It is cool. I wonder how far it goes.
Let's keep going.
I don't know, like, I didn't know if there was any kind of actual people upset about that. I know there is now with everything, where people are mad about every little thing. Like, they're mad that Zendaya was MJ and she was black, which I thought was awesome.
I honestly thought that was like a needed change,
I
felt like they needed to like make something new with MJ,
Well, I usually don't like that because usually to me it's forced.
Yeah, but this time it just felt like she was just casted because she's a good actress and she auditioned and was good for the role,
Yeah, same to me. So I just kind of wondered if you thought, I mean, not that I'm a hypocrite, but what you thought about that. Because, like, I usually don't like it. Like, usually if they turned, like, the making Clark Kent Superman black versus using a different Superman that is black, or versus doing something with a character who is, like Jon Stewart's Green Lantern, like,
that's very obviously, like, them doing something controversial just to, like, get in headlines. But, like, they didn't make a big thing about Zendaya, being in the movie as MJ. They were just like, this is MJ. They didn't make, like, a huge thing about it, because it was not a big deal what her race was. It was just, this is who we cast as MJ. We're making a new interpretation of the character who was nerdier and a little bit different from the comics, and we cast Zendaya.
500 miles per hour.
That's awesome. Wow.
600.
Oh, my.
I broke this experience.
Press triangle and X if you can get out of the vehicle.
Look, 1,200.
Oh 1,500,
no. 2,000. Morty, we gotta go back to our time.
Ooh. There's no more game. It's gone.
Oh, I broke it.
You destroyed our game.
Do you want to walk around anymore? Because we can.
Yeah, we can walk around, sure.
Main menu.
Gotta go fix the game now. Because somebody ran off a cliff.
That was awesome. I'm glad I have footage of that.
Of you destroying the game?
Yeah, it was awesome. Do you want to walk around some?
Sure.
And look around? Yeah, I don't know, man. All that stuff, it's such a hot button topic to people, and it's one of those things I've always found funny. Like, look, I'll tell you straight up. If your selling point of anything is race, I don't care that much.
Because it's a dumb selling point. Your selling point shouldn't just be race.
Jill, I let you go on a whole 5-minute tangent, and you can't let me talk for 10 seconds without jumping in there.
I'm sorry, I'll be quiet. You keep going.
If that's all you got going for you, I don't care. Because, like, it's just not something that matters to me. It does matter to me how people are treated on an individual level. So, like, I had a friend who... somebody was, like, harassing and calling him the N-word, like, maliciously and stuff like that.
Did he deserve it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. And it really pissed me off. That kind of stuff is not acceptable to me. But, if we're just talking, like... So I guess what I'm saying is, like, if we're talking a real issue, yeah, I care about that. Also, you can use the drone to fly over obstacles instead of going around them if you want.
Ooh.
And then just go back to walk when you're where you want to be. So then I care about that. But if we're talking, I'm mad that there's not a non-binary, very clearly, non-binary, black, below 5 foot tall
pansexual
Disney princess, I just don't care, man. Like, it just doesn't matter to me, you know?
You should care.
And if that thing is made, clearly it's not aimed at me as the demographic, somebody who doesn't give a shit about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I just don't care. But if, like, we're talking a movie comes out and it's like, gay people are a plague upon humanity and should be killed, then of course, like, I'm gonna not be in favor of that movie. Because that's just being a dick.
Instead of Passion of the Christ, they'd call that one Passion of the Gays.
That wasn't that funny, Jill.
I thought it was.
You tried. If you want, by the way, to improve, one, how you could get around, and two, the performance, why don't you knock the traffic density down to 50%?
Oh, okay. Sherry.
That's okay. It helps a lot, though. Just traffic. Ooh. And we can drop crowds to 75 if you'd like. That'll help. No, crowd 75 and then traffic 50. There you go. 75 there. Yeah. This is probably more around what a game would actually be, or everything at 50 on console, because can you see it already runs better?
Yeah.
Not as much shit to render it at the same time.
Woo! Donuts!
I like seeing the stuff despawn.
Donuts!
But yeah, you know, like, I just don't care as much about that stuff, and I never have. But I will say that when your whole thing is that, which I've seen a lot of, for example, things like The Little Mermaid, where the only thing anyone knows about it is that The Little Mermaid's going to be black. And that's been the whole selling point so far.
Which is ridiculous.
To me, that screams, this movie is bad.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Because they didn't write it well.
We don't even know that yet, but the only thing that you can get people to care about other than a pre-existing IP name is race. Mm-hmm. And so to me, that's probably not a good thing. But nobody, when Spider-Man Homecoming was announced and when Far From Home and all these were coming out, the marketing and all that stuff was never about Zendaya, like, being not white fully or whatever. I don't even know how you'd say it. Like, it was never about that. It was never about, oh, our MJ is different. She's not a redhead and she's not, you know, a model or whatever. It was just, this is MJ. Now,
I like that they made her MJ smart, by the way. Like, no offense to the MJ and Tobey Maguire, but she, like, could not have a conversation with Toby about science, like, at all.
No, she was kind of an idiot. So I don't know why people liked her so much.
I did not like her.
Is a good actress, but I just don't like that role that she played.
No, but it was not a great character, in my opinion.
But yeah, I mean, when you get down to that kind of stuff... By the way, what is it that keeps despawning? Is it the cars we're leaving behind?
I don't know.
When it gets down to that kind of stuff... Oh, try and do a jump off of that.
Okay.
When it gets down to that kind of stuff where you're just talking about that's all you have going for you is, hey, we're going to market off of skin color or off of orientation or something. Like, if they announced a new Aristocats live action and the selling point was the main cat is gay, to me that says, oh, you don't have a movie here. You don't have anything. Like, it's just not worth my time because that's what you have to go off of. You can't promote this off of story or tone or who you have playing the roles or any of that. It's just some minor character attribute I could not care less about.
Did you like my jump?
Yeah, I did. And that was my big thing with, like, Tim Drake in that comic, too, was that the point was never that it was well written. The point was never that it was an exploration of the character and breaking new ground or anything like that. The point was just, he's bi. And so to me, that kind of stuff, when you get down to it like that, I can't imagine how boring a movie would be that's only about someone being hetero. Like, that's the whole focus of it, is just this guy likes chicks. I don't care about that.
There's supposed to be a jump park somewhere in the city.
We should look for it.
Yeah, we should.
I'm just saying I don't care about that. So,
no, I agree. I don't really care about that either. It's like, you know, what I care about is you writing something well and picking people for the role that act well. That's it. I feel like you can have anyone audition, you know, just take the person who did it the best. Like, would anyone really give a shit if, like, the new Joker that they cast was an Asian man? As long as he played Joker well, you know, I don't think anyone would care.
But the problem is that they would make it all about that.
Which is a shame, but, like, if they didn't make it all about that, I bet some people probably wouldn't even notice.
Here's the jump park, by the way. The jump park is Let's see. Okay. This is what I get for trusting IGN with something. Do you see the... Oh, it's right down there. Do you see that?
Okay, I'll start heading down there.
Down kind of by that little orange marker. So let's go there. I want to check that out. Are you actually having fun?
Yeah, I am actually.
Even though we're just messing around.
I like messing around on games. I mean, I do this on all the games I play. It's just like walk around, mess around sometimes.
You know, a game has surprisingly fun physics and driving that should not and has no right to have them is Watch Dogs 1. Like, it's terrible driving, but there's just something fun about how weird it is.
I think it's really fun when you run over citizens, even though he kind of gets all grumpy about it.
Oh, I feel bad about it.
Because he's like, oh, my reputation went down. I'm supposed to be saving the citizens.
Let's just get out of that car.
I'm trying.
No, yeah, it is funny, but I don't know. I guess in conclusion to that, I think we've talked about this before. It's not something I like beating into the ground, but I talk about it when it comes up. All of those things when that's all you have to sell it by. And I will say, this applies to stuff that I find... even in my personal life, like for example, I was raised Christian. I would still consider myself Christian. I wouldn't exactly say I'm necessarily like a great one. Like I'm not a don't look at girls and don't think bad thoughts or don't swear Christian or any of those things that maybe somebody is or whatever. But
your mom is.
Yeah, I know. But like for me, if your whole movie is about being Christian, too, that is also boring to me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if your whole movie was about being white.
Because you need to have something juicy in there, you know?
That's just boring. Like, there's nothing to that. And real people are not like that.
You need to have a white man that turns black halfway through the movie with no explanation.
Actually, kind of a thing. There was a movie with Steve Martin. I don't remember what it was called. He didn't turn black, but he was raised by a black family, and he thought he was black.
Oh.
And then they tell him, no.
Has he never looked in a mirror?
No, he has. But they tell him, you're white, we adopted you. And he said, you mean I'm going to stay like this?
Oh.
So he was upset.
So he thought he was going to turn black at some point?
Yeah,
That's really funny.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh.
Poor guy.
That is really, really funny.
He just wanted to look like his family.
He did.
But yeah, I don't know, that kind of stuff, like if your whole movie's about one little minor character thing that I don't personally give two shits about, no matter what it is, I just don't care. And I've felt that way forever, and I feel like Hollywood has gotten really lazy, and they've made things about that now, where it's like the whole thing, even something like Love, Simon, I feel like there's no...
That movie was just entirely gay.
Well,
like the entire marketing was just, hey, we made a gay movie.
Right. And to me, that's just kind of boring. Like, I just don't care. And it's the same thing. It's the same reason I didn't have any interest in watching, what was it called? Don John or whatever?
I don't know.
You Can Get Out. It's with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I believe. It's the same reason I didn't care about a movie like that, because the whole thing was just about he likes sex.
Yeah.
And he was straight, by the way.
Yeah, come here, lady. I like sex. Yeah.
And so to me, that kind of thing, you can tell they put less effort in those NPCs.
Yeah, they did.
Can we go to the jump park?
I thought we were going to be banging ladies.
No, we're not. But that movie to me was very boring too, you know, because it was like, oh, this is just a two-dimensional character with one small aspect. It should be on the ground.
I know, but I'm looking for it, because you said it was supposed to be around here, right?
Yeah, but it looks to me like you're a little too far to the left, like it'd be over to your right.
Oh.
Because you're not on the circle. I know it's not perfect, but...
Oh. Let's see.
Because they show it right under that road, or like right above that road.
Oh,
so if you go on the map, it's near...
I'm pretty close to it.
You are pretty close to it, yeah.
So
it's probably in those alleys.
Okay, so I'll go down an alley.
This is the biggest I can make the screen, so I'm sorry. Well, that's weird. Hey, look between those buildings real quick. Over there. The heck?
Oopsies. Somebody messed up.
Hey, how come it's daytime again?
I'm sorry.
Lame.
It probably has a day and night cycle.
Lame.
Oh, because we had to reboot it because you fell through the ground, remember?
Oh, because I broke the game.
Yeah.
Because I broke the game.
Game!
Lame.
Game!
This is cool. Whoa. It's like a maze. Do you think it's in here?
I doubt it.
Oh. Okay. I guess I
Or too hopeful.
got excited about something in the tech demo, and that's my fault.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
That's kind of my mistake. Do you want to check the map, maybe, or are you just going to aimlessly run around? You're way too far away.
Well, I was looking for an alley to walk through. I was gonna go down here and see if I could find an alley to go over here.
Oh, okay. I'm just telling you that.
Because, like, look, now I'm heading the right way now.
Yeah, kinda, I guess, if you take a left somewhere, maybe?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna do.
You had no idea.
No, I did have an idea. I'm good with directions.
You already used up your I already knew that. Oh, what was that? Oh, I was just getting.
You know what? Maybe you should be a nicer person.
I literally can't do that. I'm not capable of it. Why didn't you go down the alley? You might be able to go down further.
It's a building.
Right, but maybe there's an alleyway somewhere here. Wait a minute, those two buildings mush into each other. That's not how buildings work.
This is how buildings work, actually.
Not really.
That's how buildings work. You know, usually when you have a window, you want to have another wall right in front of it, so that way you can't see through half the window.
That's true. Oh, I thought there was something maybe in there. That's cool looking. It's the same room we've seen 12 times.
Why are all these rooms so small?
Well, it's the Matrix. They have limited server space.
That makes sense. Excuse me.
No worries. Maybe try not to ask such
dumb
questions.
I think we're coming up on the park. I think this might be it. Yeah, this is it. See?
I see one jump.
Well,
there's supposed to be multiple, so I think we're close.
I think this is it.
No.
This is it.
It's not, Jill.
Look.
It's really not.
Whee!
Oh my, that was actually terrifying. No, it's... Bring up the map real quick. So you're near it. It looks like it's more that way, kind of. So I think maybe if you went around, maybe you'll get to it. I was looking to see if there
Oh, there it is.
Oh, so fly over there. Sorry, I have a real bad burp there. How are we going to get a car down here?
I don't know.
I was looking...
There's some right there.
Looking to see if there were any more secrets.
Hey, look, there's a statue thing.
Oh, yeah, I think it'll just say we found it.
Welcome to the jump park. Have fun.
That's cool. Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah, that was a nice crack.
Oh, man.
Do you want to play around on the jump park?
You play around a little bit first. I was trying to look up secrets. Or do you feel like you
You're trying to look up Ryan Seacrest?
No, not Ryan Secrets. That's Ryan Secrets, by the way. Not Seacrest.
Ooh, a fast car. Oh. Okay. Ooh, man. Oh, man. Alright. Gonna line up this shot real good.
You know what I was going to tell you, by the way? This is a game that even though it's just a mess around simulator, I'm going to keep this on the console.
You should. It's fun.
Because I don't want them to remove it, and then I can't mess around on it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Did you like that?
Yeah. So you should be able to get out and then go back. That's awesome. I just really wish you could jump and climb around and stuff and shoot people.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It'd be so fun.
Like, I could probably... Oh.
No, the game hates when you do that.
Okay, excuse me, then.
The game gets angry if you go on top of something and then say walk.
Yeah.
Try it here.
Like right here?
Yeah, I want to see... Well, what it would do. Is it just going to put you... Oh, it just forces you back to where you started. Okay.
Yeah. What about here?
No, then it puts you down.
Nice.
That's weird. There's a jump over here. I think this is really the only big secret that people have found, for the most part. It doesn't...
Look!
What?
I got on.
Nice. Also, I'm really hungry.
What do you want to eat?
I don't know, after we mess around at the jump park...
Do you want to eat the blood of your enemies?
Yes. That's it.
That makes sense. I like when she falls, she's still, like, running in the air. Like, watch this.
Oh, you're talking about, like, the Scooby-Doo run, or, like, the Looney Tunes run. I think I saw that.
Yeah, watch.
Yeah, there's, like, no fall animation. Yeah, she just runs quickly. I wish you could affect gravity and stuff in this.
I think it's really funny. They did a good job with the cars, though. I don't think they expected anyone to just run up the ramps and, like, fall down them like an idiot, though.
No, but that's what you're supposed to do in a tech demo.
I like tech demos, I've decided. Never played one before now, actually. Have you played tech demos before?
No, I've played betas for games, but that's very different, I suppose. I've played alphas for games, too, a little bit, but generally they're not worth playing, they're just horrible.
That makes sense.
The Battlefield 3 beta was fun, actually, that I played.
I am so old that I remember when Minecraft was an alpha, and people used to play on it.
Yep, I did, too. I remember when Minecraft was in creative. And there was no survival yet.
Yeah, long time ago. Can you believe that was like 10 years ago?
Probably longer.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that it was when I was in maybe 9th grade.
Wow. I remember when I first started getting into it, it was like, it was a few updates in, like the game was fully out and there was like a few updates in, and I was around 11 and I was just playing it all the time. And I played it so much that I started to get a wrist problem and I had to stop playing it.
I can't go under there. Yeah, that sucks. I had that from GTA, from Guitar Hero.
That's hilarious.
I used to play Guitar Hero so much that I had developed like a thumb problem and I couldn't play games for a while. But then, you know what I did?
What?
I still played games, it's just I played RuneScape instead.
That makes sense.
Because it didn't have to use my thumbs.
See, for me, I, instead of playing Minecraft, I started playing The Sims because it was less, wrist intensive for me.
Right. That makes sense. Are we pretty much done at the jump park?
Yeah, if you want to be, sure.
I mean, I don't know what else to do there.
Yeah, well, jump, pretty much.
I can do more jumping if you'd like.
Jump more. Jump!
I will. You're like an aggressive version of the rock song.
What do you mean?
Jump.
Jump, 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 jump.
I think
jump,
it's Van Halen.
Jump, jump.
I just love this.
I like this sports car.
It's really cool.
Okay, go do a nice, big, long, sexy
Stroke?
jump.
Oh,
Yeah.
jump. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why they didn't give you more...
Room?
Yeah.
Try doing that one. That's a long shoot.
But this one's 2.
I know, baby. You want to do that one, huh?
I did want to.
Woo!
Oh, there's another part to the jump park. Did you see this?
Oh, cool. Oh, I did not see this.
Huh. Yeah, it's really cool. I don't know, it's just like this whole experience is just me feeling bad that it's not a real game.
Yeah. And it makes me feel sad that GTA 5 is not as good as this and that they're never releasing another GTA because they make too much money off GTA 5.
Well, that aside, I really like GTA 5. We should play through the story sometime together. It's really fun.
I'd like that. It's just a shame that like you have a hard time playing the online because there's a lot of people on there who are a special breed of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of dicks. Well, that's kind of what ruined online gaming for me in general.
Is the amount of very intense dickish people there were.
Yeah, there's just like there's no in between.
There's no normal people.
No, there's not.
All it is meanies or people who just turned on the game and are getting screwed over by the meanies.
I told you you'd end up kicking the table.
I'm sorry.
I told you would. You didn't believe me. You should have said you already knew.
I know! Gosh. Why do you always think I don't know anything?
Because you're dumb. Got him.
I did get you.
Hey, I have a question for you, by the way, before we shut this off. What do you want to see out of the movie?
First of all, I want to see Keanu Reeves lay an egg. Second of all,
You want to see him shit?
yes. But I want a baby to come out of it.
What it really means to shit. I'm John Shit.
I don't know what I want to see out of the movie. I guess I'm just really excited for them to continue that story. I want to see more of how like what happened, you know, like with him not remembering anything and being Thomas Anderson again and not being Neo anymore, and the fact that he's being forced to take all these blue pills all the time so that he can't, you know.
What, remember?
Yeah. Because that's pretty much what they're doing, is they're shoving those blue pills into him, it seems like, so that he is suppressed and, like, is normaler than before, because they know he's the one. And I'm just interested to see that. I'm interested to see if they have the Oracle still in that universe. I'm interested to see if there's going to be another program, kind of like Smith, who starts having, like, these, what would you call them? Like, urges?
Apparitions?
Yeah, like, or like, urges to, like, take over, sort of thing. Kind of like Smith did. I'm excited to see him and Trinity, find each other again. I'm interested in Morpheus, and if he's the same Morpheus, or if he's a different version of Morpheus.
So in the Matrix Online game, Morpheus was killed.
Really?
But then there was rumors that he was still alive, but that never came to fruition because the game shut down eventually. It was a failure.
Was it supposed to be canon?
Yes.
Oh.
Supposedly, yes.
Oh.
But, like, everybody argues about that shit, so I might as well just say no, just so I don't get in trouble.
Oh. Well, it's a shame if it is supposed to be canon, because I never get to play it now, because I was too young when the Matrix first came out to even know it existed.
Well, I think with fans recreating it, you can maybe play it eventually.
That would be great.
If they actually are. I remember seeing something about that, but I don't know what happened with it.
It's a shame that the online game was a failure, because it sounds really cool. Why was it a failure?
Just not enough players. Like, it costs so much money to make, and there weren't enough people playing it. And
why? But those movies were incredible.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily translate to everybody who watched it was a gamer, and that everybody who watched it had a PC to play it on. And
yeah, I guess you're right.
You know, there's a lot of I think there was kind of a lot of factors that led to that failing, sadly, and
that's a shame.
That happens with a lot of MMO games. There's ones that I have no idea how they're still successful, though, too. Like, for example, Star Wars The Old Republic. It's been out forever. It's like the only piece of Legends material that's still getting updated because it's from the Disney acquisition, and they're still making stuff with it.
Wow.
Games
because
like,
people still play it?
Yeah, people still play it. I don't know how. I'd like to try it at some point. I never actually played it.
That would be fun.
But it's one of those things where I have no idea how it stayed relevant and successful when so many other things just failed, you know?
That's what I think about, like, World of Warcraft and stuff, because that's been out forever. And I'm, like, shocked that it's still around, you know?
Yeah. No, I am too. And I am and I'm not, because it was so huge and it had so many expansions and still does. And then it was kind of dying a little bit, and then they reintroduced the original game, like the vanilla experience, and restarted. So you could play the old versions of the game.
That's awesome.
I think that's kind of what kept that community alive. And
I've never actually gotten to play that game, like, ever, and I would like to experience it at some point.
It's fun. My issue with it, for me, is there's a lot of fetch quests and kill quests, and then also there's a lot of, if you don't want to join a huge guild and play every day and stuff, you can't do the raids and other stuff because it's designed for like a 30-person crew to take down a huge boss or something.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I guess you could join a bunch of randos who are already taking down the boss, right?
No, it's way too hard.
Oh.
Well,
do you have to, like, actively, like, talk to these people?
Yes.
Oh.
And, like, for that type of content in the game, yeah. And
yeah,
so
the thing I liked about Free Realms is, like, you didn't have to actively talk to anyone. If you joined a guild, like, you could be silent throughout the entire time, and they'd just be like, hey, a boss spawned in Sacred Grove. You want to go take it down? Yeah, sure. And then everyone would just show up and kill it together.
Yeah, and so for me, I'm not putting this off on these games. This is my thing. And I don't expect the world to change for me. That's another thing I hate about gaming, is, like, a lot of people, it's like, I'm shit at video games. Dark Souls needs to have an easy mode because I'm a fucking idiot who can't beat it. It's
Me
like,
with Shadow of Mordor?
It's like, okay, well, the world doesn't need to change for you. Maybe you should play something else. And that's kind of how I feel about me and games that require huge social interaction with massive networks of people. I don't expect the game to change for me.
Yeah.
But it just makes me not want to play that game because I have social anxiety stuff that makes me not enjoy interactions with strangers. And between that and my depression, a lot of times I don't enjoy some interactions with people I genuinely care about.
I'm only okay with interactions between strangers on games like that as long as it's through typing and not through, like, a mic. Like, I have a really hard time talking to people with my voice. But, like, if it's just, like, typing, it's easier for me to feel like I am, not as awkward, I guess, and it's easier for me to think, yeah, that, like, if I don't want to talk to this person, like, I don't have to anymore, like, I can just go away or log off. Whereas, like, when you're talking to someone, like, with your voice, it's hard for you to just be like, oh, yeah, I gotta go make a sandwich. Because then you feel like they're judging you, you know? Whereas when it's just, like, a screen with typing, for me, it feels like, well, you know, maybe they just think I had to go poop or something. You know? Or, like, I just had to turn off my thing.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think just for me, I have a lot of social issues where I don't enjoy talking to strangers that much. You'd think that it would be better because I literally taught.
Uh-huh.
And I was able to get over it with that, but part of it was that I was over those people in a way.
Uh-huh.
Like, not in a weird way, but, like, in terms of they were kids, and I was the adult.
Yeah, and it didn't feel like you're not even supposed to, like, be making, like,
Friends.
Yeah, friendships or anything with these people. It's more of just, you know,
like
I'm here to teach you, sort of thing.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff I could do, but it was still a little bit uncomfortable. It's one reason I didn't go into teaching permanently. Along with just a horrible education system that does not value its workers nor its students, in my opinion.
Which is a shame because, like, you know, they could have had a really incredible teacher like you had they been better, but they lost someone like you, and they keep losing out on more and more people who would be absolutely incredible teachers, and it's just a shame for society's sake.
The people they lose out on is hilariously insane because, like, there were people I knew that could have been an amazing teacher when I was going to college.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in different programs, and they were people that I talked to and knew, and I could tell, like, they would have been good at it. They were good at talking to people, they knew their material, they had patience, and could work with people and work in group settings and stuff like that. So it's not like they just had the knowledge and couldn't do it. But they couldn't do it because they didn't have the money. Like, I remember one guy was like, I would love to teach, but the starting pay is horrible. On a 2-year business degree, I can start making more money than you make on a 4-year plus teaching degree. And
yeah,
you have to do...
that's a shame. That's the problem with the school system and the government not helping that.
Right, but listen to me for one thing, Jill. You it's not just 4 years.
Yeah.
Most people can't finish it in 4 years.
Oh, really?
It's usually 5.
Wow.
Because of the amount of credits and stuff you need to take. If you're
That's
working
annoying.
during that, could be 6. And the thing with that, too, is you also have to do a minimum now, at least in Minnesota, of a year unpaid internship because you have to do almost a full semester in college of unpaid observation, which is a ton of hours at most colleges to do. And there's starting to be legal requirements for that, too, where you have to go in and just watch someone teach in a school. And then you have to do basically an entire half a year of you being the teacher as a student teacher and not getting paid, and the other teacher, because there has to be another teacher in the room who's actually licensed, they're getting paid and you're doing the work.
That sounds like a waste of time and money and a good way to not get yourself fed or get your rep paid.
Oh yeah, like if I didn't live with my parents when I had to do that, never would have happened. And
You wouldn't have been able to live.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's what I'm saying is I remember a guy saying, like, I'd love to teach, but I can't afford it because of that stuff. Like, I
That's
can't afford
ridiculous.
the time, and I can't afford the starting pay. It's horrible, and I can make more than that off of a 2-year business degree just going into a business. And
That is absolutely so sad and ridiculous.
yeah.
Because these kids deserve good teachers, but these people who could have been good teachers don't deserve to have to deal with such horrible conditions, you know?
Well, and meanwhile...
And it's a shame, because, like, if the government would just change something, it would be fine.
The funniest thing to me is, like, the amount of bullshit Congress and these politicians can do. Like, for example, they can openly trade stocks, and that's legal. You can be in Congress affecting the stock market directly and trading stocks. So you can essentially do insider trading legalized. You can be like, oh, let's pass this law. oh, I happened to know that law would make this tech company I own, or I have a ton of stock in, less valuable. So I happened to sell it off before we passed that law, and no one cares.
Yep.
That kind of shit. Like, they should be barred from trading stocks. So should the president, obviously. And it's weird because there's almost more rules on the president. Like, I remember when Trump became president, he had to get rid of his businesses and pass them on to his kids, and he couldn't own certain assets and stuff.
But Congress just gets to fuck around.
Exactly. And I remember somebody was asked about this, and they were a Democrat on Congress. I believe it was like Elizabeth Warren or Nancy Pelosi. I don't remember which it was. And they're like one of, whoever it was, I just remember they were one of the most like, we need to regulate the market, and we need to, you know, make sure there's not insider trading. We need to make sure that there's like fair laws for people and stuff like that. And someone called them out on it, and they said, well, it's a free market. We should be allowed to do it too. And it's like, dude, fuck you. You know, like, you are sitting around playing with lives, passing laws about what other people can do with their money, but you're such a fucking little bitch, gremlin, that you think you can do whatever you want because you're above the law because you make it. It reminds me of those cops, you know, who, like, again, not all, but there's so many cops who are like, I have a badge and I have a gun, I'm a god, I can do whatever I want. Like,
And get, like, power thirsty.
You should not go into it for that. Like, I personally think that with politicians and cops and any of these public servants, there should be strict mental health tests that determine what type of person you are, if you're a greedy bastard or not, if you have ulterior motives or not, you know what I mean?
And there should be more rules on them.
Yes, and more rules, because there's so many rules they put on the rest of us, so why the hell not? Term limits for everybody, you know, any level of government, term limit. It should not be that a congressman can get in 1970 and still be there in 2030. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
But the president's 4 years plus 4 years.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not fair.
What does that even mean? And Congress arguably has more power than the president. So, like, it's such a broken system right now in every way, at every possible level, and it's so hard to have faith in it, and it makes you completely understand why people, like, you know, you mentioned black people earlier, like why some of them feel like they're in danger if they get pulled over by a cop.
Or why some of them feel in danger when, like, they're told to get a vaccination.
Yeah,
you know?
After the history of that stuff. And people don't want to hear that, and it has to go one of two ways. If you bring that up, it's either the conservatives will say, oh, well, you know, racism's over, black people shouldn't be afraid of anything, or they'll weaponize that to be like anti-vax about everything. Or you'll have the liberal people and they'll be like, well, you're just using that as a point to be anti-whatever, like vax or anti-this or anti-that, or you're tokenizing people by bringing up that oppression that took place. But when I bring up oppression, it's not tokenizing anybody. And my point that I'm getting to is everybody has their own fucking standard that they operate by. They can never see outside of that.
Yeah.
And they can never see any kind of hypocrisy with what they're saying. And it's why the United States, at least, has so many problems, is it's a hard line. You're either this, or get out of the way. And if you're a moderate conservative or a moderate liberal, it's like you're not enough of one. It's like that you're not black enough. You're not conservative enough, or you're not liberal enough.
And then you're, like, kicked out of their circles.
Yes.
It's just ridiculous.
It's insanity. You know, and that's something that, speaking of games, with, like, games journalism and stuff, we see, too. Like, I highly doubt half the people who write the shit they do in games journalism really believe it. But, like, you'll get stories about how, like, I'm surprised I haven't already seen, like, the Matrix Awakens Unreal Tech demo doesn't have enough gay characters and it's oppressive, the story. Or, like, I didn't see Islamic person facing Mecca while I drive by, so therefore it, like, oppresses people or some shit like that.
That's
like,
funny.
They don't really believe this stuff. I'm sure some of them do.
They're just saying it for headlines.
It's a grift.
Yeah.
It's money. It's I know I can piss off one side enough and get the lunatics from the other side that are unhinged maniacs enough to to click and view an ad on my article that's a piece of insanity. You know, it would be like if I posted a video on YouTube and it was titled, like, I killed myself or some insane thing to, like, get people to view it that I didn't do or don't believe. They're doing that on the daily with stuff, like weaponizing issues and weaponizing fears and anger and stuff to make a buck off of ads. It's the biggest grift ever.
Would you say that they weaponized you specifically?
Why me?
Well,
like Logan?
No, I was going to say that you are actually the oppressed one.
That's true.
And that you deserve more rights than everyone else.
That's true, actually, I do. It's like that quote from Wolverine. What is it?
Everything that has a beginning has an end.
No. I have it. Nature made me a freak, man made me a weapon, and God made it last too damn long.
Oh. That is a sad quote, actually.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it make you just want to hit a car at 137 miles per hour?
Yeah. Nice. I like that.
Oh, man, look at that.
That was
family
awesome.
Is dead.
She's still driving.
They're fine.
Good.
On their way back to soccer practice.
Oh, good.
Do you want to be done with this?
Yeah, we've been recording for an hour and 42 minutes, and I gotta be honest, I don't think people are gonna be watching this that long.
You don't?
No.
You don't think they'll care?
No, they don't care about us driving around talking about politics.
Really?
Maybe, Rumble might.
Maybe. I don't know. It's an interesting thing. Let us know what you think in the comments down below.
Bye.
Was this a boring Let's Play?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You seem to make it sound like it was.
I was just making a joke.
No, you think I'm boring.
Well, you are.
You think I'm boring.